criminal really fast. They're just using a civil suit to knock down a lot of your money. I'm seeing this happen with a lot.
The unfolding situation surrounding Shannon Sharpe has sparked intense discussion, with allegations that could potentially derail his career and personal life. The controversy, which began with a civil lawsuit, has escalated with claims of criminal behavior, drawing attention from media outlets, internet sleuths, and public figures like Mace, who has weighed in with a provocative perspective. According to Mace, the civil suit is merely a strategic move to drain Sharpe's financial resources, setting the stage for a more severe criminal case that could land him in serious legal trouble. This narrative has gained traction as new allegations and accusers have emerged, painting a troubling picture of Sharpe's conduct and raising questions about whether he is being targeted or if his actions have caught up with him. The stakes are high, with Sharpe's reputation, lucrative media deals, and public persona hanging in the balance. At the heart of the controversy is a civil lawsuit filed by a woman identified in court documents as Jane Doe, later revealed by internet investigators to be Gabriella Zuniga, a 21-year-old OnlyFans model known as Gabby. The allegations are grave. Gabby claims she met Sharpe at a Los Angeles gym when she was 19 and he was 54. What began as a pursuit by Sharpe allegedly turned into a controlling and manipulative relationship. According to her, Sharpe demanded constant availability, monitored her movements, and exerted dominance over her life. The situation reportedly took a darker turn following a public scandal in 2024 when Sharpe accidentally broadcast himself on Instagram Live engaging in intimate activity with another woman. Humiliated, Gabby attempted to end the relationship, but Sharpe allegedly refused to let her go. Court documents detail two disturbing incidents. In October 2024, after Gabby invited Sharpe to her apartment to discuss their relationship, he allegedly became violent, assaulting her despite her pleas for him to stop. A second incident reportedly occurred in January 2025 when Sharpe visited her home under the pretense of delivering gifts. According to Gabby, he assaulted her again, ignoring her requests for protection and engaging in non-consensual acts. In a text message sent after the January incident, Gabby wrote, "I cried when you left because I begged you to use protection and not do that, and you didn't listen." No means no. These allegations have fueled public outrage and intensified scrutiny of Sharpe's character. Sharpe's legal team has countered these claims aggressively, releasing text messages sent by Gabby that they argue undermine her credibility. One message from October 2023 reads, "I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're with me." Another, sent in January 2025, states, "I know you missed this. $25,000 for each time." Additional texts contain explicit language, with Gabby allegedly expressing desires that align with the behavior she now claims was non-consensual. Sharpe's lawyers argue these messages suggest a consensual relationship and portray Gabby as an opportunist seeking financial gain. However, the release of these texts has backfired for Sharpe, with many interpreting them as evidence of a toxic dynamic rather than exoneration. Public reaction has been mixed, with some viewing the texts as proof of mutual engagement in provocative behavior, while others see them as irrelevant to the issue of consent. The situation escalated further when Gabby's attorney, Tony Busby, released audio recordings that appeared to incriminate Sharpe. In one clip, Sharpe is heard threatening to choke Gabby, dismissing her objections and asserting she has no choice in the matter. A second recording reinforces this pattern, with Sharpe expressing a desire to physically dominate her. These recordings have been particularly damaging, as they seem to corroborate Gabby's claims of coercion and violence. However, rumors have circulated that the audio may have been edited to misrepresent the context, prompting speculation about the motives behind the lawsuit. Mace, during a recent episode of the It Is What It Is podcast with Cameron, suggested that the case might be orchestrated to exploit Sharpe's wealth, particularly as he was reportedly on the verge of signing a $100 million podcast deal. Mace's commentary has added a layer of intrigue to the saga. He questioned why Sharpe offered Gabby a $10 million settlement, arguing that such a move implies guilt. "If I know I didn't do anything, I'm not offering nobody no $10 million, Mace stated. He speculated that Gabby's refusal of the settlement indicates external influences, possibly individuals seeking a share of the payout, driving the case forward. Mace also warned that the civil suit could be a precursor to a criminal investigation, a tactic he claims is used to weaken high-profile figures financially before hitting them with more serious charges. He drew parallels to other celebrities, like Diddy, who faced a cascade of civil lawsuits followed by federal charges. They're using the civil suit to knock down a lot of your money, Mace said, suggesting that Sharpe's legal battles could escalate rapidly. The emergence of additional allegations has bolstered Mace's theory. Internet investigators, fueled by the viral nature of the lawsuit, have unearthed past incidents involving Sharpe. One particularly troubling claim involves a female production assistant at FS1, where Sharpe co-hosted Undisputed. According to an insider, Sharpe was accused of choking the assistant in a workplace altercation. The matter was reportedly settled for several $100,000, with no lawsuit filed, and Fox Sports allegedly worked to suppress the story. Sharpe's legal team has denied the incident, claiming any physical interaction was light and playful. However, the vagueness of their explanation has raised skepticism, with critics questioning why a settlement was necessary if the interaction was benign. Another resurfaced case involves Sharpe's ex-partner, Michelle Evans, who sued him for defamation in 2023 after obtaining a restraining order. Evans claimed their decade-long relationship ended in 2010 after a violent argument triggered by her accusations of infidelity. According to her lawsuit, Sharpe forced her to perform sexual acts and assaulted her while threatening to ruin her reputation. Strikingly, Evans alleged that Sharpe used the same phrase Gabby reported, "I'm going to make it so no man will want you again." Evans also described a pattern of stalking and harassment, including repeated threats and surveillance. Sharpe's team has dismissed these claims as fanciful exaggerations and accused Evans of exploiting the current controversy for financial gain. They maintain that both lawsuits are part of a coordinated effort to extort Sharpe. The similarities between the allegations made by Gabby and Evans have fueled speculation that Sharpe may have a history of troubling behavior. The repeated use of specific phrases and patterns of alleged coercion suggest either a disturbing consistency in Sharpe's actions or a carefully crafted narrative designed to exploit his vulnerabilities. Public opinion remains divided, with some defending Sharpe as a victim of opportunistic accusers, while others believe the mounting evidence points to a pattern of abuse. Social media has amplified these debates, with hashtags and comment sections buzzing with theories about whether Sharpe is being set up or facing the consequences of his actions. Sharpe has publicly addressed the allegations, calling the lawsuit a shakedown orchestrated by Busby, whom he accuses of targeting prominent black men. In a statement, Sharpe claimed Busby plans to release a 30-second video clip edited to portray him negatively, playing into racial stereotypes. That video should be 10 minutes or so, Sharpe said, challenging Busby to release the full footage. He insisted the encounter with Gabby was consensual and occurred at her invitation, accusing her and Busby of seeking a $50 million payout. Sharpe vowed to countersue for defamation, emphasizing his commitment to transparency and defending his reputation. "My career is all about real talk and honesty," he said, appealing to his fans for support. Despite Sharpe's defiance, the situation appears precarious. The accumulation of accusers, combined with the damaging audio recordings, has cast a shadow over his career. ESPN, where Sharpe has become a prominent figure through shows like First Take, has not commented publicly, but the loss of such partnerships could be devastating. His podcast, Club Shay Shay, and other media ventures are also at risk, as sponsors and networks may distance themselves from the controversy. Beyond financial losses, Sharpe faces the erosion of his public image, particularly among young fans who affectionately call him Unsee. The prospect of criminal charges, as hinted by Mace, looms large, with the potential to upend Sharpe's life entirely. The role of Tony Busby, Gabby's attorney, has become a focal point in the narrative. Sharpe and his supporters have portrayed Busby as a predatory lawyer who exploits high-profile black men for profit. Mace's comments about a pimp needing a cut, while framed humorously, reflect a broader suspicion that Busby may be orchestrating a larger scheme. Busby's history of representing clients in high-stakes lawsuits against celebrities, including Jay-Z, lends credence to these concerns for some observers. However, others argue that Busby's involvement does not negate the validity of the allegations, and dismissing the accuser's claims as extortion risks silencing victims.